One of the easiest and most useful tools in technical analysis is the basic trend line. The trend line, it's just a line that dictates the trend. For an uptrend like this, you connect the trend line across the bottoms of the trend. And to get a good trend line, you generally want to get at least 3 points in the entire trend. So I'll start here, and that gives me somewhat of a decent trend for, let's see, that's about a little over a yearly trend, so we'll classify that as long-term. We're going to, first decision in determining trends is what time frame you want. So long-term, which I just noted, is over a year, basically anything over a year. And another reason why that's called long-term is because anytime that you hold an investment over a year, unless it's a short, like a short sale or a short position, then it's taxed as a long-term gain. So what could be more fitting? A long-term trend is anything 1 year or more. So just by looking at the chart before even drawing the trend line, you can tell us up. 2 years ago, this stock, PennantPark investment, was $1.50, and now it's $10.63. And it's been making higher highs, higher lows, which is another another sign of a trend being up, and same with like a downtrend. Downtrend is lower highs and lower lows. So we took a look at the long-term trend, and now we'll go and see what the intermediate trend is. I usually classify that as 6 months. Intermediate trend is, it's still up because now that was our long-term trend line, and it just so happens to be that our intermediate term trend line, which I'll change that color to something a little better, we'll go with green. Our intermediate term trend line basically follows the same exact pattern, so we're still in an uptrend. Now we are seeing here that there is some resistance over at 1050, so I'm just going to put that there anyway. What does that look like? It looks like a triangle. Just red flag anyone if you're looking to make some money on this trade. And PennantPark is a good company. It has a 10% dividend, but I like it. I like this company, and it looks like a triangle's forming, so maybe it'll be going up from here. Yeah, next point, that looks like it hit some resistance, is 1125. But anyway, that's not what this little episode's about. This is about trend lines. So that's our intermediate trend. And finally, let's go to the short trend, or the short-term trend, which is month time frame. Okay, do I have 30 here? Yep. Month time frame, I'm basically going to say, since here we have a higher high and a lower low compared to what's here. I actually might zoom out a little bit just to clarify. Yep, actually that was the last bottom, as we learned from the basing point video, and that's the other bottom. So higher low, and a higher high, and a higher high. So our short-term trend, even though it's barely visible that you can see from this chart, is definitely up. So we got an upward trend. Never, well, not never, but 9 times out of 10 you don't want to trade against the trend, because there's just too much momentum. You're trying to catch a falling knife, and you'll probably end up cutting yourself. So where are we now? We've established that the trend is up, and also I've kind of established that it looks like it might be in a triangle formation, and it might be a good trade for a time. Now, I was in this stock a little while ago. I got in. I was trying to just make a quick buck. I got in at right here, 95. Well, I got in at about 950, so about right there. I'm gonna put a little dot there. That was my entry point, and I'll change that color a bit. That was my entry, and I was looking for a short-term trade, so I was just using the 1 month, 2 month chart, and I had my trend line here, and I was saying, alright, what's going on here? What's going on here? And then I'm going to extend it. As soon as this day happened, right here, this big red bar. Now that's a candle pattern, but I'll talk about that some other time. I saw that, and I saw that was a red flag first off, thinking, alright, something's going on in the market. Something is definitely going on. And then I drew another trend line just to make sure. This one was a steeper one, even shorter term. And I'm seeing, alright, we have one trend line that was broken by that day. And then the next day, I saw it break this trend line during the day, and it closed right at the point, a little bit under it that day, if I could be as precise as I was when I was doing my calculations. So I saw that as, alright, short-term trend is down. So I waited until the next day, which I'm sure that it would have gone up, so I sold on this day, saying, alright, I'll take it. I don't think it's going to go back up to 1050, so I set my order at 1040. And then sure enough, I waited a day, thinking, alright, if it doesn't go down, I'll get back in because maybe it's a false signal. But sure enough, next day went down to $10, and I saved myself a 5% loss, and then it bumped around, and then this happened, and I haven't been keeping track of it since, but since then, we got an uptrend. So just a little trading strategy that I did a little earlier in the year. Alright, hope you learned something. Be sure to see my other videos for Trade with Success, and call to my radio show anytime between 5 and 5:30 for investment. Just questions, like, I won't give you specific advice because I'm not certified or anything, but I'll try to do what I can, or answer what I can. I'll post the link to the radio on the description. Alright, thanks for watching.